It's an ergonomic gaming keyboard. Get used to it. This is the world we live in now.
Good people, I'm Dmitry, and the Dygma Raise is one of the coolest gaming keyboards I've come across.
The V3 is finally here. I have it in-house, it's in my hand, and it's in stock. So we're finally gonna take a look at this thing today.
Hey Dygmates! This year was crazy for the world. It was also an intense year for us at Dygma. Now that the year is finally ending and we can welcome 2021 with virtually open arms, let's do a recap of 2020 and see how this crappy year ended up, in some ways, being a happy year. Okay, so let's start with January 2020, which seems like a lifetime ago. We were already shipping the first batch of Dygma Raise keyboards. This meant that Kickstarter backers who had pre-ordered the Raise in December 2017, 2018 were already receiving their Dygma Raise keyboards. We were seeing a lot of social media posts, videos of people receiving their Raise and unboxing them, and there was just a lot of hype on the internet about the Dygma Raise. Like many of you, we were super excited for the new year and for this new decade. And then we have February. There was the COVID outbreak. This was when China closed and all factories were shut down. As far as the hardware world was concerned, production landed in a standstill while all the factories in China were closed. This affected us directly because we weren't able to manufacture our second batch of Dygma Raise keyboards. And then in March, coronavirus spread across Europe and across the US and the rest of the world. And that's when we started working from home, and that became the new norm. Zoom meetings and Google Meet became a regular thing. And actually, because people started working more and more from their homes, they needed more computer peripherals. We saw a spike in our sales, which was great, of course, but in the end, we ran out of stock and we had to go back to pre-sales. This basically went on until April. The virtual world became ever so alive. We also started our subreddit and opened our doors to the Dygma community and have been getting so much love from our Dygmates. It's been growing ever since. May came and we were able to breathe a little bit as China opened their doors to production again. We were also able to see some cool reviews from Hardware Canucks, ShortCircuit, and Wildcat. As we started rolling production in June, we were met with many challenges that resorted into us changing our quality control and shipping protocols. Ultimately, this caused massive delays. Because of travel restrictions, we couldn't fly to China to oversee production, so we had to send all of those keyboards here in our warehouse to Spain so we can do the second quality control check before sending it to customers. Not only that, but production costs rose and everything just became more complicated, took more time, and just became a bit harder. But you know what, Dygma, we really value quality, so we needed to make these new protocols in order for us to maintain our high standard, even if it would be costly for us. We were met with numerous delays, but we also wanted customers to know that what they're getting when they buy a Dygma Raise is worth every penny and it's also worth the wait. So we decided to give free goodies with the Raise, and we also updated our website. People have the option to buy add-ons. So throughout July until September, we posted many updates about our manufacturing process and our various shipping issues. By the end of September, people who ordered their Raise in March or April were already receiving their keyboards. Love that video. We also did a video Q&A with some of our Dygmates, which was really insightful. It was a lot of fun. We talked to them and asked them about their experiences with their Raise, and hopefully we get to do that again next year. We also hired more people. Alex, our full stack developer, joined the team in early September, and he's been rolling out different versions, different improvements of base core and the firmware. He's also implemented the new macros feature. We know that base core and our firmware are still not yet perfect, but we are working on it constantly. Then we also have Chris, who's been helping us with customer support. Chris, you're awesome. And then we have Jose, our product designer, and he's now working on the tenting component. We've actually done a lot of developments with the tenting, and we posted a blog update about it quite recently if you want to check it out. So by October, we were able to breathe again as we had more stock in our warehouse in Spain. We also started rolling out the third batch of mass production of Dygma Raise keyboards, but this time with more improvements. On the production side, we improved some of the quality control. On the product side, we modified the rubber feet. We made them a bit bigger. We also modified the travel case. We made it more compact, and we added an enhancement kit. So the free goodies that we offered before now came in a box. We also improved the white PVD keycaps, the 50-centimeter USB-C to C cable. Now you can use that to plug it to your computer. We also added the KL silent switches in the mix, so you can order silent switches with your Dygma Raise or order it as a separate set. There were other things that we improved and suppliers we had to change, but all in all, the end of 2020 started to look a bit better. We were seeing a lot of different articles and videos talking about the Raise, and the overall feedback was simply excellent. People were loving the Raise, and we loved seeing people really happy with their keyboard. You know, it was like, in November, we did our Black Friday sale, and surprise, surprise, we ran out of stock again. But this time, we knew that the third batch of Raise keyboards were coming by the first 2 weeks of December, so it all worked out in the end. And we made sure that the third batch of Raise keyboards would be double the amount we manufactured the previous time. So hopefully we don't run out of stock anytime soon. Unless, you know, there's like a surge of people like, I want my Dygma Raise! And then anyway. Now here we are in December, and I'm glad you guys are still with us. BadSeed Tech gave a review of the Raise in the beginning of this month, and it was simply wonderful. We have a very good relationship with Brian, and we've wanted him to do a review of the Raise for the longest time. We were very ecstatic when he received his keyboard and did the review. It was just on point. Despite the year being how it was, we're really looking forward to our plans for 2021. We have a lot of projects and new products in line. We also want to focus more on base core and improving our firmware. And we also want to hire more people, especially in the development side, maybe a firmware engineer or an electronic engineer. And we also want to hire more people in the communications and marketing side. Of course, we also want to improve our video content and its frequency. So we're actually gonna start building our own YouTube studio, and we'll no longer film our YouTube videos in my living room. I know we're all excited for this new year and for this year to finally end, and hopefully for things to go back to normal. Despite us sometimes joking around about the pandemic, you know, sending memes to make light out of a hard situation, we must also not forget about the hard work of the men and women out there battling this silent enemy on the front line. To the doctors, nurses, scientists, care home workers, delivery drivers, cleaners, checkout assistants, public transportation operators, factory workers, teachers, and everybody else grinding away to keep us all safe, fed, and alive. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. The world is a better place with you in it. From all of us at Dygma, we wish you all the happiest of holidays. We're all very excited to see what's in store in 2021.